Good morning, friends. I'm Pastor Ben Hayes from First Baptist Church, Dadeville, Alabama, bringing you our thought for the day today on this Tuesday morning as we rapidly approach the end of 2020. And I know that most of us are excited to see this year go. But as I said Sunday morning, just keep in mind our circumstances aren't going to change a lot come December 31st at midnight, and we need to be prepared for that. So I want you to look forward to what God is going to do for you, for your family, for our church, and in our community through us in 2021. We're going to continue our journey through the rest of the book of Proverbs in Proverbs 27. There's so many verses here filled with wisdom that would speak to our hearts at a time like this. And it's difficult to pick out one that is just right. But I want to look at a couple of these today. And again, keep in mind that King Solomon often does this, is he has sharing his wisdom, and probably his scribes are following him around, writing down all these things. Things come to mind, and he says them. And so there are some themes that develop here. So in verse 3 of Proverbs 27, he says, "A stone is heavy and sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than both of them. Wrath is cruel and anger a torrent, but who is able to stand before jealousy?" And so you see here, he's got a little bit of a hierarchy going on, a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing here. And he says, so often in this life we don't think about it, but allowing wrath, anger to fester in your heart is a weight that weighs us down. Uh, like Max Lucado's writings, in one of his books, he talks about how so often in this life we pick up these stones, not literal stones, but burdens that we carry. The anger, bitterness, fear, any of those kinds of things. Maybe it's baggage from our past, and we carry these stones with us. And all the while, God is saying, lay them down, give them to me, let me deal with those things for you. But so often we play the fool that he's talking about here, and we forget that anger that we're carrying, that wrath that we're carrying, is a heavy weight that holds us back, that keeps us from accomplishing good things in life, that tires us out, it wears us out, actually, physically and emotionally, and especially spiritually. But then he goes on, he says, wrath is cruel, and it is. It's cruel to the person that we vent our wrath on, it's cruel to ourselves. Anger is a torrent, and you recognize that because so often, as most people are, we hold it all in until it just explodes and comes rushing out, and we blast whomever might be in our path at that very moment. But notice what he says. He says, wrath is cruel and anger a torrent, but who is able to stand before jealousy? And here's one of those interesting moments in life as we think about these emotions. So very often we don't consider ourselves as being jealous, envious. But how many times a day, a week, a month do you compare yourself to someone else? Maybe they do something that you like to do, but they do it better than you. Maybe they own nicer cars or houses. Maybe they can sing better than you. I will have to admit that I'm guilty of making those kinds of comparisons as I listen to other preachers, and especially, now don't tell Forrest and Zach this, but especially as I listen to younger preachers and I see what God is doing through them. And here I am approaching the end of my ministry. And sometimes I wonder just exactly what it is that I have accomplished for the kingdom. And, those comparisons come from the devil. He works in our hearts and minds to make us jealous because jealousy is a sin. It is dangerous to our lives. It causes us to be angry. It causes us to be bitter. It causes us to take our eyes off of who God is and what He wants in our lives. And this is a danger for all Christians, for all believers. because we're so tempted to compare ourselves with other people. The truth is, the only comparison that we're supposed to make is with Jesus Christ Himself. So keep that in mind today. Don't allow anger, wrath, jealousy to overwhelm you. Don't let yourself get caught up in the comparison game, and just be the person that God created you to be, doing the things that God created you to do. I hope that you have a great new year. This will be the last thought for the day for 2020. We will pick back up in 2021, and I hope that you have a safe and happy New Year's Day. Eat lots of black eyed peas, because apparently that's supposed to make sure that we have a great year. Um, Whatever your traditions are, enjoy them, and enjoy them with someone special. God bless.